Greetings, YouTube. I attended a public kindergarten. I went to first, second, and third grade in a Catholic school. It was during an era when they did an open concept type of class structure, where instead of going to specific classes at specific times, you went to classes as pretty much the mood suited you, which meant I spent all my time in the library reading or in the science class. And I was very good at BSing my teachers into making them think that I was where I was supposed to be. While I really enjoyed myself, I didn't learn a lot of the things I needed to learn. So when I went to fourth grade back in public school, I just barely passed. But I did exceedingly well after that fact until I got to high school. And then I graduated from a public high school in grade 12, just barely, in 1982. And in that entire time, 10 years of public school, 3 years of Catholic school, I have no memory of a teacher ever instructing me in the nature of marriage. Not once. I believe it was brought up in my Sunday school, but never during the curriculum I was taught at school during the regular school year. Now, one of the arguments I hear against same-sex marriage is that they're afraid that students will have to be taught about gay marriage in school. But I don't believe that heterosexual marriage is ever taught in schools. So I'm failing to see this as an issue. In addition, there really are gay people in the world. Homosexuals exist. To deny that is absurd. And to ask our students to not be taught about the very existence of something, very part of the fabric of reality, seems equally as absurd. They're out there. In fact, they're in the school with their fellow students, because some of those kids are gay. And I bet so are some of those teachers. So since they're there, and they're everywhere else, why don't we just accept them and teach them the same way we do about everybody else? And as far as marriage is concerned, I think that approach is zero. So there isn't going to have to be some special, this is what a gay marriage is class. People just ignore those kind of things in school. I didn't even know the marital status of my teachers. I didn't know who was single, who was married, who was divorced. I didn't even know who had kids. I didn't care. It was no business of mine. It had nothing to do with my relationship to this person as a teacher. This is just another disingenuous means of trying to convince people that same-sex marriage is somehow going to undermine the very fabric of reality. It's playing the, oh, won't someone think of the children card, which is pathetic. It isn't going to have any impact on children. And I just can't grasp why everyone can't relax, take a deep sigh, and accept that there are things in life that aren't the way you like them. That's just the way it is. There are things in the world I don't like, but it doesn't mean I'm trying to squash them. And telling teachers to not teach about gay people, I think, is very similar to asking them not to teach about Jewish people, or Muslim people, or Hindu people, or Democrats, or Republicans. It's asking them to forget, to ignore reality. These different types of people exist. And you just need to accept this fact and move on with your life. It isn't a big point of contention. I can guarantee you that most students aren't going to give a crap. It just isn't going to make it onto their personal radar. I've had a number of people in the last week contact me through my comments of my videos and regale me with their versions of why same-sex marriage is bad. I even had one person that gave me a single word reply to my videos, and it was an oh-so-appropriate fag. And I replied with an honest comment. I said thank you for your insightful comment, because his comment was in fact insightful into him. It showed me the way he thought. And we've gone back and forth a few times, and he's still being foul-mouthed and using negative stereotypes and foul language at every opportunity. I had to break the news to him, though, that, I'm straight and happily married, so I'm not in the dating scene. I think it made him go away, I'm not sure. But I don't think people worrying about, oh no, what you think of the children, is really the big issue here. It all boils down to, and it's the same every single time I encounter this, that a person has a worldview based on religion, and they want to impose it on everyone else. And that is immoral. That is un-American. Equality for all Americans. That's what I want. That's what the gay community wants. I think it's a rather reasonable request. So, I'm not too concerned about a marital curriculum. I don't have any memory of ever being taught about it in school, and I don't think it's ever going to be a worry of any student who's currently in school.